So June was the month when the world watched with bated breath what had happened in Greece, in the Eurozone, and now we're looking towards Italy. But back here at home, things were pretty good at certainly in the auction industry. The markets in South Africa are somewhat concerned and watching what's happening, but the transaction flow and good sales were happening across the board. Commercial property really again dominating the scene. We're finding the residential markets somewhat weak. The more luxury properties also very difficult to transact. Land remains flat. And the more interesting transactions are actually in the retail space. It really reflects the South African market, which has got good retail. Retail prices, property prices are good. In fact, the retail sector is good. The injection of Massmart, Walmart transaction into South Africa gave somewhat of a boost into the market. And I think more importantly, in South Africa, there is rapid urbanization, and therefore our cities have been getting good prices. And so the results of the month really reflect what's going on in the market. It reflects a good retail sector. Our top transaction of the month was in fact in Newcastle. The Taxi City Shopping Centre sold at 32 million rand. Then we moved on to Centurion, and the Geneland Shopping Centre sold for 27 million rand. Back here in Cape Town, a CBD block right in the city centre was sold at 18.5 million rand. Again, a mixture of both retail and office block. And then our fourth largest transaction for June was in Centurion, another shopping centre sold at 15 million rand. And so therefore retail have really been the great ones of the day. In Braamfontein, student accommodation, which is always again attracts a good market in South Africa. We have a shortage of student accommodation, particularly around Wits University, and the student accommodation was sold at 15 million rand. And then of course came in some of the industrial transactions. Industrial units, we like industrial. It's remained quite hardy throughout the property downturn. But certainly the industrial units in Midrand sold at 12.5 million rand. And then development land in Zambezi, off Pretoria, a popular area, good road at 11.2 million rand. Still doing a lot of game farm transactions. In Dinokeng, we sold a game lodge at 15.03 million rand. In Johannesburg, a apartment block at 14.3. Back in the Western Cape, an office block in Century City at 8.5 million rand. And of course, industrial property in Pardon Island at 5.2 million rand. Office blocks still quite strong. We find office blocks good as long as the area is good. In other words, if you're in an A-grade office environment, the market is good. The Century City and here in the Western Cape, we're recording currently 8.5 million rand. And then Durban. Durban, again, seems to be coming back. We found that the second quarter of the year in Q2, Durban and the KZN market being really good. The light industrial sites in Phoenix achieving a price of 5.1 million rand, and the development site in Shelley Beach. And then, of course, the Eastern Cape always coming through in industrial property at 4.2 million rand. So those are some of the transactions for the month. Really, what the synopsis is. The synopsis is that funding is tight in South Africa. It's difficult to get financing. We're finding that there only really are one or two banks who are really giving aggressive funding in this market. And of course, people are picking up great opportunities. Again, in a low interest rate environment, South Africans are looking for property, and in our markets, we're certainly seeing some traction. So that's June. July is the beginning of our new financial year. And in the beginning of the new financial year, we'll start seeing some of the results coming through. We've got a whole lot of exciting auctions which are coming up in July right across the country, including some luxury residential property.